Today, I named the show Bailamos con Bitcoin because we are doing a cute little dance with Bitcoin as we are headed towards our rocket ship propulsion of no top. But we kind of sort of have a top. So I'm going to let Simon kind of go into all of the important things that we want you to note. I tell you guys all the time, it doesn't matter what lectures you guys are watching. When you're watching informational YouTube, you should always have a little notebook to the
Yeah.
side, or maybe use your phone's notes or whatever, just so you can have little points you can marinate on and get a fuller comprehensive understanding of whatever it is that you're looking into.
Most definitely. Yeah. So, we have people online who are detractors of Bitcoin, and they want to say because it dropped back down to 68,000. Oh, see what it did, see what it did. We're like, all right, we want them all the way out the way,
Yeah.
right? Because it's still at a great price point, right? So from a technical, I'm not going to bust out charts, but from a technical aspect, Bitcoin did break its all-time high. And then if you looked at the chart, there was no top because the all-time high had been broken. And then once it dropped back down, there's a new all-time high that needs to be broken. And that's basically what it is. We've been doing this for years. I'm going to pop up and just look at a line chart, just a little line chart, and just
I
eyeball
want
it.
to see if I can share my screen with you guys. Every
Okay.
time we tried to do it before, we've had some issues with it. I am not sure why, because Cousin Rue, he's able to do it and it's no problem. So we're going to try it one more time.
Yeah, you can
Just give me
try it.
1 second, because we want to show you the two line charts so that
Oh
you
yeah,
can have.
I want to show you what's called an inverse correlation.
Okay.
A line chart, Bitcoin to USD, and a line chart to USD to BTC. And I would love to show you that chart because you can tell without even knowing technical analysis. You can just look at the chart and be like, "Oh, this one's good and this one's bad."
It's already not liking it. Look at the disc.
No. I'll just talk. I'll talk through it, man. I'll talk
I
you
can't
through it.
even click on it with the disc like that.
Okay. All right. But yeah, there you have some growth in Bitcoin. You have pullback, of course. That's what happens sometimes when it's pullback, consolidation, and then we'll get to it going.
We'll just look at this for now.
All right,
We'll
so I'm
have
gonna
to figure
start
it
with
out.
this one. So Bitcoin right now, $68,527.
Let me just refresh
And
just to make sure.
okay, so now
At this moment, as we're talking to you, 7:31 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Sunday, St. Patrick's Day, March 17th, is 68,172.
so we always say, zoom out. When in doubt, zoom out. So let's zoom out. Let's zoom out just for a year. I'll go all the way back to February 17th. And Bitcoin was $27,385.90 1 year ago.
Right? Yeah.
I'm
So
sorry, March 17th, I should have
so
said.
we're talking a $40,000 difference in 12 months. It has increased $40,000.
And if you go look at the line, you just look at the line chart, and you could just look at it and see how much it has gone up. It's just going straight up. Number go up, number go up. Now, let's look at that US dollar chart against Bitcoin.
Okay. And for those of you who want to know what we're looking at, if you go to Google and type in Bitcoin to USD, it's going to bring up how much it is right now at the moment that you bring it up. And it's going to have 1 day, 5 days, 1 month, 6 months, year to date, 1 year, 5 year, and its total history.
Let me just for my people, so we could say this. Look at this 5-year chart. Look at this 5-year chart.
So 5 years ago, or around, let's do March, the furthest it takes us back is to March 29th of 2019. It was $4,094. And obviously today, 5 years later, so that's 60 months, you guys, it is 68,172. So we are talking a $64,000 increase in 5 years.
And for my people, that's 16x. If you do the math, what's 16 times 5? You do the math, it's pretty close to 16x, right around in that range. So if you're having doubts about it, don't have doubts about it. 5 years from now, this thing's going to be, who knows the price is going to be 5 years from now. But we are Bitcoin warriors. People get worried that they bought at the top. I don't know if you bought at 73,000 or 72 or 71.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you just have to wait, right?
I mean, I've done it. I bought it 58,000, 60,000, and it pulled all the way back. And you're like, dang.
Yeah.
Like I should have waited. But then it comes all the way back up. So that's why dollar cost averaging is so important. Because that way you smooth out the volatility. Now let's look at this. Is this a Bitcoin?
So this
USD
is now,
to Bitcoin
this
chart?
is USD to Bitcoin chart. Let me just make sure. I don't know why it says it like that. But yes, this is the USD to Bitcoin. So USD to BTC in your Google browser. And we're going to hit it on the 1 year line chart. And you can see the exact opposite, or what we call the inverse of the chart that we just showed you.
Yeah, this chart's about to drop out the bottom.
Yeah.
Just like Max Kaiser said, right? Bitcoin has no top because fiat has no bottom. Look at that. If you look at that chart, it looks like it's about to drop out the bottom. And so, that's Bitcoin warriors. Let's be stacking our Satoshis, stacking our ounces, and whatever else we might, be investing in. Just be stacking, getting a little piece, getting a little piece here, getting a little piece there. It's just, I call it chopping wood. We're just doing our work. We're doing our work in the Bitcoin community, and we're spreading knowledge, and we're putting in work every day. No matter the price, no matter how much you have to invest, keep on chopping. I'm telling you, it's going to work for you and your family. Like she said, you got savings for grandbabies who aren't even here.
Right.
So keep on chopping that wood, and you'll get there. No time preference, right? That's what you say.
So we're talking about Bailamos con Bitcoin, right? Dancing with Bitcoin, because when Bitcoin was about last week, maybe week before last, it was kind of dancing between 67 and 69, and you see that it's back in between that range again. So one of the things that I do want to talk to you guys about, just little fine-tuned points, we want to just tilt some crowns in case people don't know. We do have a lot of newbies. We are having some technical difficulties with our restream this evening because I know my chatters are in the chat room. I know the content cousins are chatting, but we're unable, I'm not getting anything with this thing spinning around. That's what I was looking for. I was going to go to Facebook to see if I could see the comments with the content cousins chatting.
I know what you're doing.
But one of the things we always talk about is low time preference, right? Slow and steady wins the race. Mm-hmm. So even for those people who are new to the game, I know Tawana Mayo has shared with us for a few shows that I don't want to assume it's female because the name sounds it, but that they are relatively new to, it is she, because she was talking about her husband being an engineer. She was relatively new to this space, so she may kind of be sort of behind at the top. To have that low time preference, to be patient, right? When you're building a house, no matter how magnificent, no matter how simple, it takes time to build, right? You're establishing a strong foundation. You're building room upon room upon room, floor upon floor upon floor. And it's something that can last. I'm talking about a well-built house, not them houses they like to build in Atlanta.
Yeah, and
talking about real concrete houses
and let's jump into that because in this space, it's not a competition,
right?
Right. 10 years from now, if you bought it $73,000, people will say, "Oh, you got it early."
Early, yep.
So don't even feel a way about that,
right?
You just feel like, "Oh, your money didn't flip real quick." No, you got in early because 10 years from now, I just watched a video this morning with a gentleman. I can't recall his name, but he said 5 years ago there were 1,000 Bitcoin millionaires. He said now today there are 100,000 Bitcoin millionaires.
And look at the
And that's
exponential,
just 5 years.
the exponentiality
So
in that number.
yeah, so just it's not a big deal. You caught the top, it pulled back, it'll bust out. 5 years from now, you know what price is going to be. You know what kind of price it's going to be 5 years.
And we just
from now.
showed you the exponentiality of it from 5 years ago, right? Doesn't seem that long ago, but we just discussed a $64,000 increase in 60 months, right? And this is what we mean when we say Bitcoin outperforms almost every asset class.
6.5. Yeah. Yep.
Say that again.
15x.
Yeah, that we've ever
15x.
seen
Yeah.
before, right? He showed you the 1 year chart. So we're talking a 12-month period, right? For 4 quarters. In a 12-month period, what did I say the increase was?
Okay, so we went from 27,000.
So it was a 40,000. Yeah, it was 27 to 68.
68,000.
So it was a 40,000 increase. I can't remember what the number was because we were dealing with so many different numbers. So you want to keep those things in mind as you're slow and steady, stacking your Satoshis, finding ways to earn them. Let's shout out Bitcoin Zay. Isaiah Jackson is writing a book. It should be available around Juneteenth. If you guys are interested in getting his book, and you should be, right? Because these are the textbooks that are being written for our asset class, okay? We don't have to wait for some traditional institution to write a textbook about Bitcoin or put a chapter in an already formulated textbook. We don't have to wait for McGraw-Hill to write, something about Bitcoin and how you can learn about it. We have the people in the space who are providing us curriculum, who are providing us instruction manuals, who are providing us textbook level education.
And for the old Bitcoin Zay is a Bitcoin OG.
Triple OG.
Yeah, it's triple OG. So definitely get that book. We're gonna get that book. We're gonna have the book read by our younger children.
Yes.
Yeah, we're gonna handle that.
But we need to get our curriculum, just like we don't do traditional finance, we're not doing traditional education anymore. So Zay's book should be out on or about Juneteenth. If you guys are interested in purchasing that book and you want some more information, you guys know that you can. We're not sponsored by Zay, right? We're content cousins. We're supporting one another.
Yeah,
just hit me in the email assets.arbitrage@gmail.com. I told you guys already who are used to the business inbox. It has been hacked. I'm fighting to prove that I am me and the person who took it is not me. So right now, let's use the assets.arbitrage@gmail. We're going to keep that permanently just so it doesn't continue to confuse people further. And I can give you the information on how you can purchase Zay's book. Zay's book is going to come with a very specific chapter on 33 different ways to earn Bitcoin for free, because we don't have any comments.
Just give us
It won't
one more.
work. That's what the problem is. When it spins like that, it's not gonna reset. So I'm sorry, you guys. It's just one of those things. The enemy be out here, it's a spirit, so it can affect electromagnetic frequencies and stuff like that, and it's affecting our lives, but we're not gonna let it continue to affect us. I'm gonna get your comments, don't worry. But I wanted to say, so in the Bible, it says when someone's building a house, you first count the cost, right? You set aside the material. You estimate how much the material is going to cost. You estimate how much money is going to be put aside to build the house. You estimate how big or how small you want the house. You want to have that same mindset for your investment. This is the time we're seeing number go up, number go up, number go up. We're at a point where, like Max says, Bitcoin at this point has no top because fiat has no bottom. Do you have the ability to check your house and see if you can add an addition? Meaning, can you throw more money at Bitcoin?
Yeah.
Can you find more money, more fiat in your income in order to protect future purchasing power? Can you protect future economic labor? Can you protect future economic energy?
Yeah, we talked about that in the show. Taking your income, your energy that you expended, and space and time, and then unlocking that energy at a later date and time. So, for example, if you worked very hard back in 2019, you worked very hard and you put your money in Bitcoin and you locked it up there.
I'm trying to find savvy ways to get your chats. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Go ahead, baby.
Yeah, if you worked in 2019 and you put your money in Bitcoin, you locked it up. So you locked it up, and as physics says, in potential energy, and then you could release it in kinetic energy if you decide to take profits, because we get charged, and we can see, hey, U.S. dollar versus Bitcoin in 2019,
Yeah.
and then what it is today. So if you put, I don't know, let's say $1,000, and it was 4,000, it's 15 times that. So $1,000 would be, and you just let it sit. That would be $15,000. Here or there, maybe a little bit more, maybe less, but so we always talk about that. And so where we at now?
I do want to welcome Nerd Up Inc. There's certain comments I'm not going to be able to see. I'm trying to go across all the platforms
Make sure you do
to see if I can catch them.
Yeah, do top, not top, do all if they have it.
I don't even know because I'm not used to
Okay.
top chat, do all chat.
Yeah,
Maybe
yeah.
that will help me. Live chat.
Yeah,
Woo!
couple
Tiffany Lewis joined the room. Tiffany, thank you so much for joining.
Yes,
we love
indeed.
y'all.
Yes,
we
ma'am.
love how much you guys support us. I know I'm missing other chatters. This is like in perpetual.
That's cool.
It's ridiculous.
If you could do the one where you put it on the screen,
It's showing up now.
we might get it.
I can't do anything.
Oh, we can't do anything.
I can't do anything.
Sorry about that, y'all. We're in Mexico. It's Mexican internet.
No, it's got something to do with the it's not the internet. Internet's actually been working. This has something to do with the functionality of Restream. When I went to share the screen, it did that.
We should never share the screen.
Yeah, if I didn't try to share the screen, I would have access. But I can see Nerd Up Inc. here. I can see Tiffany Lewis here now.
All right.
So we thank you guys. There's about 35 people in the room, and I know content cousins love to chat it up with us. They love to share new things with us. They love to talk to each other. Before we move on to our next point, is something that Simon had mentioned, and I thought, I want you to just kind of remind those who may have forgotten and tell those who may not know. I do want to shout out BK Crypto. I don't know if you joined the room yet. BK Crypto is your content cousin. This is the best time ever for you guys to walk around with your crypto swag. If you hit the drop down, you can go on BK Crypto's website and choose all of the swag you want to order. Proceeds to that go towards BK Crypto has an educational crypto group. So BK Crypto is able to access and orange pill people that we collectively may not be able to access. So any content cousins who have businesses where they're able to orange pill others, please go ahead and send me an email so that we as your cousins can shout it out. We can talk about it. We can support you the best way we can. Any one of you, doesn't matter who you're all content cousins. Go on and send me an email. Let me know what projects you're working on, things you have going, things you would like to get some support in so that we can support you. We do not require to be sponsored. We don't ask y'all for any money. You don't have to pay us to advertise and to shout you out. And to ask the content cousins to support you.
It's all love. It's all love.
Yeah, we do it
I
all
thought
love.
I saw on the drop down. I seen a Cash App though. I don't know what that was about.
Don't.
So I don't know, but and we also have our tequila that we're working on.
Yeah, he's always gonna remind y'all about the tequila we're working on.
It's nice. We're getting it there. We're getting it there. It's gonna be nice.
Well, it was kind of rough in the beginning.
Yeah, let's get it there. I'm about to pop it. Let's do it.
So you inhale it and you be drunk.
Hey.
Good now. Let you get a couple shots in before you're like, okay, that's enough.
Yeah, it's Sunday. Sunday fun day, y'all. You guys know what it is.
Hubby, I do want you to hi Michelle. How are you, sweetheart? Thank you so much for joining.
Hey,
I do
Michelle.
want you to go over a point that we've been hearing a lot lately with people using crypto and Bitcoin synonymously. So I do want you to kind of like separate the two.
I mean, I'll make it simple. We were on a show recently and just wanted to let people know that Bitcoin is a commodity.
Yes,
The other cryptocurrencies, except for Ethereum, which is a commodity
as well.
as well, as stated by the SEC,
In 2019.
yeah, in 2019, and the
2023,
head,
I can't remember.
your favorite person, Gary Gensler, they state that these tools are commodities. And then the other cryptocurrencies, what are they?
Cryptocurrencies,
Cryptocurrencies, but
tokens,
tokens,
altcoins,
things like that.
very different.
Yeah, so what a commodity is, gold, silver, oil,
Oil.
things like that, grain.
Pork bellies is a commodity too, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
Pork bellies is a
But like
commodity.
whole wheat, grain, things like that, these are commodities. And these are commodities. So Bitcoin being tied in to cryptocurrency, I get it, but it's not about
It's not synonymous.
it's not synonymous.
It's very, very different.
And people need to know that you have a commodity. When you sell Bitcoin for a profit, how is it taxed?
The IRS taxes it as real estate. So Bitcoin is also real estate in cyberspace.
And who told us that? Michael Saylor. Michael Saylor put us on to game. This is real estate in cyberspace. This is a way to get involved in real estate with all the messiness that goes on in the United States and in which ways you have to deal with real estate. He told you it's going to be taxed as real estate. Go sell some Bitcoin, file your taxes. It'll be taxed as real estate, not capital gains though, right? So if you sold some of your Apple stock for profit, how's it taxed? Capital gains.
Capital gains tax.
So it's different. It's a commodity. Real estate's a commodity. These things are different, and you have to understand that when you are investing. So if you're investing in Bitcoin, think of it more like, boom, this might be like real estate or oil, gold, stuff like that. And then when you go get your other altcoins, Ethereum as well, you got to put them in the game, and you get your other altcoins. Now you got to think a different way at how you are investing. See, when you want to put your portfolio together, I'm old school, so I like to use a pie chart, and you put this percentage here, but don't put Bitcoin in your cryptocurrency pie chart.
Right. It should be its own asset class
if you
in
get
your portfolio.
exactly. If you invest in oil, precious metals, then put it in that pie chart over there. Like, oh, say I got this much gold, this much silver, platinum, palladium, copper, and Bitcoin.
Right.
Put it in the commodities pie chart. You got to have multiple pie charts out here when you're trying to get stuff done.
Hence the diversification of your portfolios. We are not financial advisors. We do not give financial advice. This is all for edutainment and all of the other disclaimers that we're supposed to have on these things. But we're here to give you game. That's for sure. So two, I'm glad that he brought that up, because also when you're doing your goals, right, and we're talking about a mindset thing, Bitcoin is a different quality, right? It's a different quality. And that's really what I wanted him to kind of explain all of that, so that you can see the dynamic, or the dynamism would be the proper word, of Bitcoin versus, any other random token. And I'm not saying that the other tokens, I'm not saying anything bad about the other tokens. I'm just saying Bitcoin is different. Bitcoin hit different. Right? It's levels to Bitcoin, where the other ones are not so dynamic, right? I do understand the projects, its utility, yada, 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 yada.
But one of the good things about Bitcoin is no counterparty risk. There is no CEO of Bitcoin,
right,
where you're going to be a rug pull on Bitcoin, right? They say somebody developed it. We highly think that it was discovered.
It was discovered based on its attributes, and the other tokens don't have the same attributes, the immutability, the inability to corrupt it, ultimate scarcity of it. Now, again, I talked about this when I talk about the spiritual aspect of Bitcoin, that the other coins simply just don't have. Bitcoin, while its ultimate scarcity, there's only 21 million Bitcoin, when you start to look into the divisibility of Bitcoin, you start to see the abundance of God.
Yeah.
You need 100 million Satoshis in order to add up to one Bitcoin, right? So while 21 million doesn't feel like a lot, there is a huge aspect of abundance and prosperity in this small thing. They say little is much in the kingdom of heaven.
Yeah,
And
it is.
Bitcoin has that same attribute. Little is much in the kingdom of Bitcoin
Yeah.
because of its divisibility.
Yeah, and so go do the math on that. Each Bitcoin is 100 million, and then there's 21 million, 100 million.
Right.
And that's why I did that show, because about the numbers. Now, I might do another one because people just keep throwing these numbers around. It's 100 million bit Satoshis to make one Bitcoin, and so 21 million, 100 million.
Right, so there's enough for everybody.
Yes,
I remember
it is.
Nas had a bar in one of his songs that said, "You ain't get the last dollar made. You didn't get the last Satoshi mined." Right?
Not yet.
There's
not
room for
till-
everybody.
And not till
So
2140.
you do want to absolutely, Jay Fever, shout out to our content cousin Jay
Jay
Fever.
Fever. Oh, what's
He
up,
said,
Jay?
buy as much Bitcoin as you can and don't sell it.
Yeah.
Hold on to it because your children, your grandchildren are going to be doing commerce in a world where Bitcoin's not going to be as easily accessible as it is today.
Yep.
And then the question is, right, as the ancestor, they're always talking about the ancestors are there to protect you, the ancestors are there to help you, well, let the ancestors have the forecast and foresight to lead the way while they were alive. You understand what I'm saying? They have this narrative for Black people, and hopefully I'm not insulting anyone, but I'm speaking the truth, right?
Okay.
I don't know how much the ancestors can do for me dead, but when you were alive, you could have produced some type of utility in order to lead the way for me.
Yeah, and it's easy. It's easy. I mean,
So let's do that. Let's be
Let's
the
do it.
change we wish we had in our
yeah,
lives.
it's so easy. Like you just think about it. If you think about your child, right, or you can think about your grandchild.
Right.
Every week you get paid. Every 2 weeks you get paid. You buy something.
And then when you become an ancestor, yes, indeed, did you help
Left it to them.
the progeny that came
Yeah.
after you. So these are some of the things that these are the changes we want to see, but these are the changes and transformations we want to become so that those things are there so far down the road. Doesn't matter if your child is unborn, if your child has yet to exist, if your grandchild is unborn or is yet to exist.
And that's the
Treat
big-
it as though 10 of them are going to show up tomorrow.
That's the big thing too. Think about your grandchildren.
Right.
Right. That's the big thing. Like I don't know. I came about. My grandparents didn't leave me anything.
Right.
Right. So and it's like,
And
but
that's how
but
legacy families
yeah,
work.
they could have been just thinking. They just left me something like, oh, let me go grab a silver coin, silver coin, silver coin, silver coin. While before I was even born, and then through the 18 years I was growing up, and then I would have had a little stack of silver. And I probably would have fucked it off.
But
Excuse my
I was
language,
going to
but-
say this, right? Because
but-
that's one thing that Simon and I are keen into as well. In addition to leaving the wealth, you got to
Leave the
leave the
information.
mindset,
Yeah.
right? Not just the information, because information is information. It's wisdom that makes things happen. It's the application of that knowledge base. It's the application of the information. In addition, this is what legacy families do. They have the wealth for their progeny. Michael Saylor has a 99-year plan, and he doesn't have any children. He has a niece, but he doesn't have any children.
Yeah, she gonna catch a grip.
Right? So just understand what we're saying. This is the way they think. I need a 100-year plan, even though I don't know how old Michael Saylor is. I don't know how old he was when Bitcoin came into play, when he first started looking into it. And I think it was in the mobile wave, but I don't remember. I read the mobile wave, but I don't remember that part.
That's a very technical book by Michael Saylor.
but-
Mobile Wave.
From the time that he started investing in Bitcoin, right? Obviously, he's middle life. It's not going to be 90 years from that time to when he'll see his plan through, is the point that I want to make to you.
Yeah.
He understands that his plan is so important, that his mission, his vision is so foundational and so crucial that he's going to set the things in place. He's going to implement actions in place
Yeah.
in order to meet way after he's gone.
Yeah.
And he doesn't have children. A lot of us on here have kids. We have hella kids, right?
Yeah.
We got a K through 12 here.
And that's check out what they're saying. I was gonna say
I
something.
will, go ahead.
But if we have children, and maybe not a 99-year plan, if you can't put that in maybe 50 years, you teach the child how to manage it, right? Because you're not going to be there to see it to the end game.
And a lot of people have that mindset. If they can't be a part of it or participate in it,
Yeah,
they ain't gonna
they don't
bother
wanna
with
bother
it.
with
And
it.
that's selfish.
That's selfish for sure.
You made these children, they didn't ask to come here. You know, we should have an obligation, a responsibility unto them to see them through and to see that they get the advantage that for so many, I'm gonna say centuries, we were at the disadvantage. We were asked to pull ourselves up by bootstraps and didn't have no damn boots, right? Like, you know, that whole rhetoric. And then when we become the magical Negroes, because we do what we're supposed to do, you know, they try to play you out like, oh, I see you got your tax money, your little tax return. Oh, I see, you know, welfare must be good to you. You know, those type of narratives. So we want to kind of get into the mindset where you like, don't try to play me, play lotto. You got a better chance to win it.
Yeah, there you go.
That's not what we're doing, right? We build our wealth little by little. We counted the cost of the house before we built it. We're going to continue to build additions to our home, right? Because we have a strong, firm foundation where we can just build up just as number goes up. So those are the type of mindsets you want to kind of implement at this time. This is the time for you guys to start, right? It's tax season. You should already have your bank ledgers. You should already be looking at your credit card statements and seeing where can I pull income from? Get that side gig. Do whatever it takes to say, I have the ability right now to generate more income or pull income from somewhere in order to maximize and optimize the protection of my purchasing power, the protection of my my economic energy, the protection of my progeny, my children, my future, so on and so forth.
Right.
As this economic winter is building like a storm out of hell, right? It's not going to affect your domain. It's not going to affect the what you are responsible for, what your obligations lie. And this is why we're saying you want to build a house where don't matter who the president is. Don't matter who the presidential candidate is.
Yeah, we'll get into
Don't matter who the senator is. Don't matter who the mayor is of your city. Doesn't matter who's in charge of the municipality. Doesn't matter who's the president of your HOA, right? You run your house. And that's the end of that. And those little things that happen outside, you're able to mitigate a lot of the volatility of those outside things that you're unable to control, like hyperinflation or uber hyperinflation is what I like to call it now, because it's just out of control at this point. They don't even report the M2 money supply anymore.
Hyperinflation, dang, I'm spitballing in here because there's a very definition of hyperinflation, and I think it's 100% inflation month over month. Y'all check me on that though. It's somewhere in there when you get to the exact, it's hyperinflation.
The exact definition of it.
It goes up month over month over month.
But even little coming. Things like shrinkflation, right? Your box of cereal costs more, but just because it's taller, it's skinnier. It's not wider. It doesn't have more volume in it. They put all that air in the bag to make you feel like you're getting a whole bunch of something.
Can people get taller and be skinny?
You can't get taller, but you can get skinnier. Some people feel like they can't, but you can. It's possible. I remember back in the day, we would walk into like Publix or I can't remember the Kroger, and they would have the shopping cart there of their competitors, and they would show you how much, let's say $100. this is what your competitor does, and and then we're showing you have more groceries for the 100.
Yes, they do.
I haven't seen them daggone shopping carts in I don't know how long.
No, they don't want to show that because it'll be ugly. It's ugly outside.
Right? There's a box of rice-a-roni in there, and this is $272.
Yeah, it's ugly outside. They don't want to show you that at all.
So just to kind of show you what that looks like, I want to get back to the chats, you guys. Jake Fever is right. Buy as much Bitcoin as you can, and don't sell it if you don't have to. We often talk about taking profits. Do what works best for your domain, but I certainly feel that sentiment to hold on to it. It's going to continue to go up. It's going to continue to go up. Buy it and just keep adding to it. Buy it, keep adding to it. A lot of us do have great diversified portfolios. There's other stuff you can take profits in. Y'all know when Bitcoin go up, it pull a lot of things with it. So, you know, and there's a discipline in that too. Some people, as soon as they see a little bit of green, right, when the heat maps go green, they ready to liquidate everything and to go on the shopping spree. We talked about the mindset of discipline and sacrifice and consistency and commitment to your vision. Write your vision down. The people perish where there is no vision. That is the word of God. He said, my people perish because there's no vision. Write your vision down. Write your mission down. Treat what you're doing like a business. Don't matter, it's your personal household. Right? And when you can see something, then you can really kind of move towards it. When you can see that road, even if you have to create the road. I remember Jay-Z said, I saw the fork in the road and I went straight, right? Neither one of those two destinations worked for him. So he forged his own path straight. And that proverbial, metaphorical kind of mindset is what we need to have. Critical thinking. Ask yourself a lot of questions. What do I want to do? Where do I want to be? How do I want to get there? What can I use to get there? What do I have in order to get there? And write it down so you can see it and work on it and revise it, review it. Right? Treat it like your rap album. Go into the studio, right? Go into the lab. Work on it. Treat it like a project or a paper or whatever it is you're good at doing. Jay Fever made a joke that said Reggie Bilton want to be the CEO of Bitcoin. I thought that was funny. If you know, you know. Thank you so much for joining. I finally got a hold of Blanton's, but I don't know if I want to open the bottle to try it. Ha, ha, ha. Roberto Puerto, bienvenido. Thank you so much for joining. Legacy Tier Strategies, Renegade. Yeah, there you go. There go my hip hop heads. Where y'all been at? Jay Fever. If you know, you know, you got to try it because you got to know if you like it, homie. Jake Fever is an aficionado of many great liqueurs. So definitely check his show out. He's always got some great advertising. He's always, you know, sharing some great tidbits. But definitely check out his show. But I think you're right, Jake. Maybe he should try it just to see if it's something that he likes. I don't have any more chats in the chat.
You gotta scroll up some of
I did. I read them.
Well,
and
Jake,
I can't
was it yesterday, this morning?
I don't know.
Jake, I got your advertisement for your show, for your episode. Who we talking about? Was
I didn't see it, baby.
Oh, I talked to you about it.
No.
Oh man, I'm sorry. I've been drinking tequila, but I'm gonna catch it on. I'm gonna catch the show. So yeah, I'm gonna be on your podcast. If it's, I don't know if you go live or not. I'll pop in if you'll go live, but if not, you know.
Yeah, Jake, let us know if you're gonna go live, and that way we can pop in and support you. Yeah, he's gonna be on with Bitcoin Chris. You did mention that.
Yeah, I did say
you
that.
Did. You said he's gonna be on with Bitcoin Chris.
Yeah. So I'm gonna check that out. Definitely, most definitely.
Are you going live, Jake?
Yeah, we're gonna definitely check that out.
I want the content cousins to know. Can you go ahead and put in the chat the time and how to access the show and stuff? Because I would like for them to also support you on the show as well. So go ahead and write that in the chat for me. And I hope Mrs. Jake Fever is doing well. I don't know how much more time she has left. Oh, it was last episode, but he is going to go live on Friday at 7:30-ish Eastern Standard Time. So we're definitely going to make sure we hop over there and support him. So you guys can catch Jake 7:30 Friday Eastern Standard. Content Cousins, y'all better be there. And obviously, if you can't catch the live, we would love for you guys to catch the replay.
Yeah, I'm gonna catch the
Subscribe,
replay.
like Jake's content, right? None of us are asking, I can't speak for other people, I'm speaking for us. We don't ask for any money or anything like that, but the support is also currency.
Yeah.
So even when we talk about mindset, just how we see and think about things, support is currency.
Yeah,
Subscribing to the YouTube channels, currency. Following people on Twitter, currency.
Yeah,
It helps
yeah.
us to get the message out as much as possible on different people's social media timelines.
It is.
But we didn't have a whole bunch for you today.
No, but
It is Sunday.
No, I got a hard pivot now. We're
Okay.
gonna do skirt. We're gonna do a hard pivot. We won't keep you too much longer. Now, you caught an article yesterday
About detractors?
about these people who are running for certain offices in Mexico.
Oh, well, this is interesting. I don't think it has anything to do with Bitcoin, but it's quite
But
interesting.
it's interesting for people because a lot of people from the United States travel to Mexico. So it's just interesting for you to know, or maybe it's good information for you to know. So
Before I hop into that, I do want to answer Jake. Jake, I also think it's going to be a super cycle. This is why we wanted to encourage people to continue. There's been a lot of weird celebrations because Bitcoin pulled back from the 73,000,
yeah,
right, which is kind of sort of the new all-time high for us. And they were like, see, I told you, they're celebrating high. We told them Bitcoin wasn't shit. Now look. And it's just so weird. Like, people are just weird.
Yeah.
So I agree with you, Jake. I think it is absolutely going to be a super cycle. And this is why I'm telling you, start looking at your Bitcoin house, the proverbial house of Bitcoin in a sense, right? Look at your ledgers, look at your credit card statements. Can you change your behavior to really power pack what we're walking into and what we're waiting for? And if you can, you absolutely want to do that. Larry Robb said, good job, family. Keep up the good work on raising awareness of Bitcoin. Thank you so much, Larry Robb, and thank you for joining our live. We appreciate
and for you know, once again, we're gonna go over this one more time. You have to see these ways that you can earn Bitcoin by things that, like Bitcoin said,
Bitcoin said,
you're gonna do anyway, right?
Yeah.
So, you know, walking.
S-Miles. Go ahead and download S-Miles and Google Fit to your phone. So you can, if you're gonna go walking anyway, Lolly Fold, if you're gonna pay the bills anyway, you might as well get the returns back in Bitcoin.
And check out Sun Exchange because you get Bitcoin
That's long term
from the solar energy
of Africa. South Africa.
So you're investing in Africa, the motherland, as they say, and you can receive Bitcoin.
And it's supposed to be like eco-friendly because it's solar panels. They're putting it on large projects, nursing homes, residential areas, new apartments, supermarkets. And as it saves the money in electricity, you are generating Bitcoin. It is the epitome of low time preference. I think it's a great gift, moms, for children, right? As soon as that baby's born, Mrs. Fever, go on and get that baby a solar panel project from Sun Exchange. And by the time the baby 18,
you got a little bag.
Whatever the Bitcoin it generated, that's the baby.
Yeah, the baby bag.
So what we do is it's easier for us to do, because you can just do individual cells, however many individual cells you want, or the whole project. It's easier for us to do whole panels. And then we round robin the children. Now, Sean is grown. He's 22. So he's at the point now where he can establish his own projects and keep them up. But then we just round robin Reggie, get Junior one, get Tino one, back to Reggie, back to Junior, back to Tino. Maybe grab one for Sean because he's going to move obviously a lot slower than Mom and Dad.
Yeah, because I grabbed Sean's when he was
Sean
18.
got his first.
He got his at 18.
Sean has 2 projects? 3 projects?
Yeah.
Sean's already, I think, got like 2 or 3 projects.
And then you just like don't even pay attention to it.
Right.
And
by
then you
18
come back,
years from now,
you're like, oh man, that's all right.
That's theirs. And to me, it's also a good way to divvy up inheritance, right? Sean, these are your panels. Reggie, those are your panels. Tino, da-da-da-da, yada, yada, yada. And it belongs to them. You sit down, you talk to them about the projects, you talk to them about, the good stuff that goes with it.
Yeah. They send
social responsibility.
Yeah,
and all
they
that
send you a
stuff.
very thorough PDF, usually about 60 to
Shout out to
65
Sun
pounds.
Exchange.
So yeah, that's a good way to get money. Just Set it and forget it.
Swan Bitcoin, right? You guys can do a payment every day, every week, every 2 weeks, every month, however you want to do it, set it and forget it. If you said to yourself, like, I used to get a Starbucks coffee with all the stuff in it, I'm not going to buy that anymore. What I used to pay for the Starbucks coffee, I'm going to buy in Bitcoin. Do that.
Yeah, that's the game right there.
Right? We're talking about getting rid of depreciating assets, getting rid of depreciating items, because they're not assets, items. Right? If you wanted to trade that out, I'm gonna make my coffee from home. If you said, you know what, I'm single and I used to eat out 4 or 5 times a week because of the social aspect of it, not even necessarily the food. I'm gonna cook at home and maybe spend more time reading, like I'm not gonna be out with the people as much. And I'm gonna trade, if I ate out 4 times a week, I'm only gonna eat out 2 or maybe 1.
That's
And
good.
then trade that, what you were already putting out there anyway, into Bitcoin, right? There's a lot of different ways that you can look at the income or the revenue that comes into the household, revise it, revamp it, and take a little bit more to protect your future.
Yeah. And so this isn't financial advice,
Nope.
right? This is for what? What do you call it?
Edutainment.
Edutainment, as you call it. But I'll tell you this, people maybe in chat room who listen and who will watch this, bring your financial advisor on here and I'll walk them down into a corner. So if you got somebody who can say this is financial advice, I'll walk them down.
Let's chat with them.
Yeah, I'll walk his ass.
Anyway, so Simon brought up, and this is probably more current events information. It's odd. So June for us here in Mexico is the general elections. And the weirdest thing happens right now. In the last weekend, I think they said 7 mayoral candidates, so for mayor, were murdered. And what the cartel is doing is they are.
You gotta tell them they were assassinated.
They were assassinated.
Assassinated.
Yeah, because they're politicians, so it
Yeah,
would be
they were
assassination. Not
assassinated.
even an attempt like the actual assassination.
Yeah, they finished.
And they were talking about the cartels trying to find ways where they can stay in power in order to control the police and so on and so forth. But since January, 40 of them were assassinated. Keep in mind the elections are in June, which means it's going to be a whole bunch more assassinations. So I found that odd because we don't have those phenomena in the United States, which is an election year for us in the US. You don't see stuff like that.
Yeah.
But Brazil had a really bad one. How many years ago would that be now?
Oh, wow.
Your whole, Simon had some type of,
Probably 18.
you had a stock or OTC or something that relied on that lady. And when she got married, it was like,
I had BRZ, if you guys look it up, BR, I think ZU. It's a Brazilian ETF.
It was an ETF. Okay.
And yeah, she was assassinated and the price was like,
And she was for
we
the
didn't know that
black
was
people in
yeah.
Brazil, because I don't know if you guys know
She was
this,
a black Brazilian.
but Brazil has a huge racial issue, right? You got the white Brazilians and the black Brazilians, and she was coming up in power. She was going to do a lot more for the black Brazilians, those who live in the favelas, and so on and so forth. And they took her clean. The police assassinated her.
Yeah, the police killed her.
Like in front of everybody, they ain't even care. So they have some weird things that are going on around the world. There's a lot of travel advisories because we're coming up to spring break, guys. Take these travel advisories very serious.
Yes.
Yes, we live in Mexico. Yes, it's been relatively safe, but understand Gini coefficients and how they work.
Yes, and please, there's a travel advisory for
Acapulco.
Well, Acapulco in the state of Guerrero, Mexico.
Yes. The whole state.
Michoacan. Who else?
Even Cancun has a mild travel advisory.
Yeah, so
that economic winter, they say when they say America has a cold, the world has COVID. The world has cancer. So these other countries are already feeling that economic winter that's coming, the onset of it. And they are attacking tourists, people who look like they have money. Y'all look like ain't nothing going on with you. There's a lot of resentment and stuff like that. So normally we'll say, there's a lot of propaganda with the travel advisories. We are telling you the travel advisories for Mexico right now that shit's legit.
It's legit. Yes, it's
Right.
legitimate
They also
travel.
have a travel advisory for Jamaica. Jamaica recently had, I want to say it was an earthquake or something. So the people ain't so keen you coming for your Sandals Resort, having fun and stuff, and they're struggling. They're not keen on that at all. So when you see these travel advisories, I would start to kind of take them serious. Two, we do want y'all to do just a little bit of mindset shift, mindset adjustment. If you're going on vacation, make that vacation intentional. You're coming out of US airspace, take a notebook with you, take whatever productivity book you're reading and studying, take your roadmap, your plan with you, even if it's just the outline of it, and utilize your vacation and just kind of think about what you want your up leveling to look like, what resources you have towards your up leveling, how you can access additional resources and stuff like that, instead of traveling to go get drunk and, hot girl summer, hot, what, not hot boy summer, they
Well,
call
yeah,
it
the passport bros.
passport bro
You
summer.
gotta be careful with
Let's
those
be a
too.
little bit more intentional too. If you guys are passport bros, I'm gonna tell you right now, these girls are murdering y'all at rates that they are not advertising in the United States. They know that you're coming there for illicit sex. And what they're doing is they're drugging you, but they're not taking time to figure out the proper dosage for your height, your size. They're not doctors, and they don't give a shit. Right? And not just American men, but passport bros in
Well,
general.
and they're also setting you up with people they know in the community.
Yeah.
They can lure you in, and
And
then the people can just,
they're
when
they're
we
drugging you
start,
to rob you,
yeah,
but a lot
rob.
of people are overdosing on the drug and dying.
So yeah, passport bros, be
Don't
careful.
travel like that, and don't
Yeah,
travel for that.
yeah,
It's not
don't do
a good
that.
idea. You guys are like, oh, we can get better women and these modern women out here. I'm gonna be the first to tell you, yes, in these countries, the women are, they're programmed different, but the women y'all are running into are mercenaries.
Yes, they are.
Okay, they're worse than the women you're running from in the United States.
Yes, they are.
They're gonna be pretty, they're gonna have nice bodies, nice long hair, they're gonna talk to you, oh papi, tu guapo, they're gonna speak all that pretty Spanish to you, they're gonna lure you to your Airbnb, drug you, rob you and the Airbnb you pay for, and like I said, a lot of the men are coming up dead. You're not even getting the sex that they're promising you, so no, it's not worth it. So keep those things in
We might have
mind.
to
We
do.
want to move different. We got to move
We
different.
might have to do a whole show on that
Yeah,
because
if you guys are
this is
looking for
getting
wives, you
it's
got
getting
it.
it's
You
getting
can't
dangerous
shortcut
out
it.
here.
You can't be like, oh, I'm gonna get a sexy thing that I can just beat up every night, and
Huh.
no, you're
That's
gonna
what I
have to
do.
do it the right way. You're gonna have to shut up. You're gonna have to network properly, y'all, and court her and like do it the right way. You're gonna have to talk to people to find out what kind of woman is she. If she's really pretty, keep in mind you're not the only one who noticed her or been with her. Y'all talking body counts. In third world countries, these women are having sex for money. It's not even like the US where the women are just, they're a little promiscuous, but I don't know how much money is involved. These women are for their livelihood, for their day-to-day needs, right? So body counts are gonna be way higher there than you could ever imagine in the US. And we gotta start moving different as a community. We gotta
Yes, we
start
do.
moving different as a community. We gotta get our minds into productivity mode. We gotta get our minds into vision mode.
Yep.
We gotta get our minds into mission mode. And we do have to link up with like minds. So we don't really have anything else for you guys. We
That's
love you
let me hit
guys
the
so
chat
much.
room. The
There's
last
nothing
one.
else, baby.
Oh, you gotta go
I'm
up.
watching it. I can't go up. I cannot move
Can I go
anything on the screen. No,
Oh,
you can't move it. I can't move anything on the screen. Nothing's moving. So I won't know until I restart the laptop. So, go ahead and power pack this thing. Jake brought it out here in the chat. Cousin Jake said, yo, this is going to be a super cycle.
yeah.
Treat it like that. If you knew Google was going to be Google, everybody talking about, yo, if I had a time machine, I would go back in time and I would put my whole life savings into Google because I know what it's going to turn into. I would put all my life savings in Apple because I know what it's going to turn into. We know what Bitcoin is going to turn into, yet I don't see anybody building this time machine we keep talking about. This is our chance. This is it. This is Google in 2003. This is Apple in 2000. This is that thing we've always talked about. Hey, If I had a time machine, I would give myself the lotto numbers for the $1 billion mega ball or whatever.
Yeah.
This is it. You don't
That's
even
it.
need the time
That's
machine.
it.
You just need the consistency, the
Uh-huh.
sacrifice, and the discipline.
Yes, and like I said, you're not late. Everybody thinks, oh, I'm a little late to the party. I'm late to the party. No, you just here. It's just the time. You're not late. You actually are early if you
Welcome.
understand where this is going to go. And you hear it from Raul Powell, Lynn Alden, Max Kaiser, all these people
No
who know.
time machine needed. No teleportation device needed.
That's what I say, man. Pop in a financial advisor.
And let's talk about it.
And let's talk about it.
Tommy Brown said they're just getting to the live and hate they don't get notifications.
Oh,
I'm
sorry
not
about
really
that.
sure. Our show is not going live on Twitter. We think there's a little bit of shadow banning going on.
Oh,
You know,
man,
whenever
it
there's
ain't
something
good.
positive in our community, they'll find ways to kind of try to dial it down as much as possible. If I was on here telling you people's business, what celebrity cheating on what celebrity, what male celebrity sleeping with what male celebrity, we would have 60 million views, right? And 50 million subscribers. But unfortunately, it's positive info.
Yeah.
It's info to change people's life, to get them out under oppression. So I don't know. Our notifications don't seem to work. Our lives don't work on Twitter. We're doing the best we can with the equipment we got, Tommy Brown. But thank you so much for letting me know that the notifications don't pop. We are trying to be a lot more consistent in the day and time of the show. Simon and I, we run two businesses. I do have a full-time gig. We do have 4 children. So right now, our objective is to get at least 2-3 shows a week.
Yeah.
That's the objective. And it's a little bit hard to dial it down to a day and a time, unfortunately. But we're doing the best we can,
Yeah, we're
y'all.
doing the best we can. We pop in with some guests that sometimes we have to, move around for their time schedule.
There's that too,
So
yeah.
there's that.
And we have meetings and consultations.
So,
y'all. But Big Watch Dude, thank you for joining us. You said I
Hey.
didn't know y'all were streaming. I know Tommy Brown just told us notifications aren't going out, so
Come
I'm
on,
so
Big
sorry
Watch
about
Dude.
that. Mr. Invicta is what I'm gonna call you.
Come
Big
on,
Watch
this is my
Dude.
U.S. Army.
Invicta.
This is my U.S. Army Invicta.
Y'all want to talk about me spending profits? All our profits go to Invicta. There's Invictas all over the bedroom suite upstairs.
Yeah,
Everywhere. White ones, black ones, blue ones, gold ones.
you need to watch for every day of the week.
Big Watch
And
Dude,
I
thank
don't
you so
call
much
them
for
watch.
joining.
I call them timepieces.
He does call them timepieces.
Timepieces.
I call them watches. But we love you guys so much. We appreciate your support so much. He said, I see you repping the Invicta, bro. He peeped a long time. There's 51 people in the room on Sunday at 8:25. Just a quick recap, and then we're going to let you guys go. Bailamos con Bitcoin. We dance with Bitcoin. We showed you that in 1 year, it was 27,000.
27,300.
It's 68,000. So we saw in a 12-month period, Bitcoin's performance is 40,000 US dollars. No other asset class has ever performed like that. We said in the 60-month period, so that's 5 years, Bitcoin was at 4,000. It's now at 68. So there's been a $64,000 increase in 60 months.
That's over 15x.
So that's the life of a car note.
Right, because 15 times 4 is 60, right?
Yeah.
So that's over 15x.
Because I know a lot of people are giving you guys the performance from January, which is way over 45% now. It's got to be somewhere in the 56 percentile or something like that since January. But we wanted to kind of zoom out a bit further to show you this is the time. This is it, right? Go on and throw as much money at it as you possibly can. And let's start working towards the up leveling we've been waiting for, we've been looking for, we've been dreaming about. We've been visualizing, right? We've been adjusting our mindset to handle the opportunities, the wealth, the prosperity, the abundance to come, and the world that it's going to be a part of, because that's falling apart.
Yes.
Right? The world part is falling apart. So you definitely want to start power packing your Satoshi stacking. That's bars right there, y'all. But I'm going to copyright that. Don't copy me. Big Watch Dude said watches are art for the wrist. He agrees.
Yes, that's
As you can
indeed.
see, I'm not even wearing my smartwatch today. Somebody gave me bad advice about resetting it to factory settings, and now I can't set the time. So I need to figure it out.
Yeah.
But we love y'all. We love the support. Again, Cigars and Crypto, Big Grizz.
But you
He
know, Chief. Yeah, call him
Yeah,
Chief so they
Chief.
know
I'm sorry,
Chief.
AKA Chief. You guys do know that I call him Grizz as well, so I have to do the two synonymously. His information is in the drop down if you want to catch Cigars and Crypto. He is socially, like physically, socially networking at a cigar lounge where he's orange pilling brand new people. So definitely, definitely go subscribe to his Twitter, subscribe to his YouTube, and support that movement. It's a lot harder in real life than it is virtually. Um, and again, BK Crypto got the swag. He's got the education group. Go on and grab your swag from BK Crypto. When I meet up with Jake, when Jake does his show, I just want to make sure if Jake got anything that he sells or needs support in, I'll definitely add that. So I'm gonna try
Yeah,
to
we got
catch
all
up with
that.
him.
If you go over there and you check out the Cigars and Crypto, we were on 2 shows. Was it 2 shows? We did 2 shows.
Yes, but they'll
So,
see that when they go over there and
yeah.
subscribe and
So
watch
we'll
the
be over
show.
there. Shout out to Bitcoin Chris.
Absolutely. Shout out to the homie
Bitcoin
Bitcoin Chris.
Yes, indeed, man. We're gonna get back together and see
He's
if
got a
we can,
wealth of information.
see if we can chop it up again. I know you're busy and all that, but yeah, we definitely Bitcoin Chris.
Busy number go up, right, Chris? Well, we love y'all. It's Sunday. You guys, start preparing for your week tomorrow.
Yeah.
I hope you guys are doing your goals, whether it's 100 goals, 20 goals, forming your goal in the form of a question, and then writing 20 solutions so that you can work towards your goal. Sunday night is the best night to kind of do that because you have all week to work towards it. So please, please, please be definitely on top of your goals. Big Watch Dude said, I checked out BK Crypto swag store and he has some tight gear. I'm telling y'all, he got some fly stuff. So he's going to get something soon and post a picture. Let's do that, content cousins. Let's get some gear from BK Crypto and definitely post pictures on Twitter and stuff. What I'll probably try to have it's an arbitrage party and give out the 9 invites so that you guys can come live to show off your crypto gear and stuff like that. So we probably should do something along those lines.
Come on, BK Crypto, get a sleeveless hoodie.
Simon wants a sleeveless hoodie.
I
BK
love sleeveless
Crypto,
hoodies.
so get on top of that.
Show off my Thor arms.
Oh God, we love y'all. I gotta go get him rested or something, y'all. He needs some rest. We love y'all so much, and we will definitely see you guys again on Tequila Tuesday. Hopefully 7-ish. That's what we're shooting for. 7 o'clock Tuesday. We love y'all. Have a great Sunday evening. Stack those sats. Bye, y'all. He said you got to show off the guns. I can't even end the stream, y'all. Like, that's how bad this is. I can't even end the stream.
It's overtime.
We in overtime now.
We're in overtime like in the
But Big Watch Dude said got to show off the guns.
I got to.
Y'all got anything else to say until I can figure out how I can end the stream? I probably just
get
have
in there.
to
Come on, get in this and
shut the computer off.
so we can talk.
There's 50 people in the room right now. I know y'all got something else to say.
Say something. Somebody tell you something.
I don't know. My Apple has been acting up.
Yeah, these computers, man.
I can't force quit. I can't do nothing.
All you do is close it.
I can't even close it.
Oh, man. Got it.
Oh, there we go. See? Okay, wait. Maybe I can.
What happened? Too much open. I show my guns. You remember, dude? I don't know. I mean, I don't know your age. I'm showing my age. You remember how back in the day, Ultimate Warrior used to come out and he had those strings.
The Ultimate Warrior, yeah, he used to have those tassels around his arm.
And he would shake the ring, and he'd be going crazy. He had his guns out, and he had
the orange and white.
All the veins. Mm-hmm. That's how my guns is looking, Big Watch Dude. That's how my guns is looking.
That's how they look in your mind.
That's it.
All right, y'all. I think I got it. We love y'all. We're going to check y'all out. Nerd Up Inc. said thank you so much for all you do. But I think I got it. So we're going to see you guys on Tuesday.
Go check old Ultimate Warrior videos. And when you see his arms, that's how my arms look, but they're just black.
Bye, y'all. Bye.